Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Wild Your Garden. And in this video, it's a bit of an update video for you guys because on the last video, if you haven't seen it, check it out. I'll put a link in at the end of this one. I made a 45-minute documentary on what I feel are unlawful practices that are currently ongoing in my hometown of Bourne Woods, where I grew up and witnessed so much wildlife as a child and a teenager, and they really are quite a sentimental place to me. But the way in which this Forestry Commission owned woodland is being managed is, I think, questionable. I think there are some laws that are being broken. It's very difficult to prove, and trying to get anywhere with this is going to be probably very difficult, long and hard slog. But I just feel like nature needs more of a voice than it currently has, because at the end of the day, if we lose our natural habitats, if we lose the natural world we live in, and insects continue to decline, the bees that we rely on to pollinate the food we eat, we're heading into dangerous territory. And I think there needs to be some more awareness of this. We need to start questioning how our public spaces and how in general the countryside is being managed, because there are some catastrophic events that are happening up and down the country, and not just here in the UK. I'm conscious that some of you have been responding from all around the world, saying what you've seen, that have been similar acts of destruction of the countryside that are potentially unlawful. I'm not saying they necessarily are, but you have raised some concerns with me via the comments in the previous YouTube video. And as I say, I'm very, very grateful for you all for getting in touch, giving me your feedback. In general, it's been very, very well received, and I'm kind of glad that I'm able to use this platform to speak out for nature, because, as I say, I think it really, really does deserve a bigger voice than it has. There are so many studies that have been undertaken that just amplify the need for the natural world as, a benefit to our mental well-being, let alone the physical implications of, food production and the fact that we rely on bees and pollinating insects, moths, butterflies, beetles, everything else, just to carry on our daily lives. Without them, we would be stuffed, basically. So yes, the update that I want to bring you guys is that since that video and since witnessing the destruction, and obviously the main concern for me is not the fact that these works are being undertaken, although I do think they are being undertaken in a not very sensitive manner, because a lot of the flora underneath the tree canopies are being destroyed, completely trashed. Bluebells, potentially orchids as well. It's not really orchid flowering time just yet, but as we get into April it will be. Wood anemones, things that are indicators of ancient woodland, are being squashed, trampled, churned up without kind of any consideration. And my main gripe being that there are lots and lots of proposed works still to come, so taking us well into April over the next few weeks, where these trees will be felled. And I've already documented on the previous video, as I say, do check it out, the amount of life that is in these areas that are due to be worked on. So I think there needs to be some reform. It's going to be very difficult, and at the end of the day, a few of you may be watching this thinking, well, it's Forestry Commission owned woodland, they've got to make money, and all the rest of it. Yes, I agree. But at the end of the day, it's a government-run body, and at the end of the day, we in a roundabout way run the government. So it is, in fact, our woodland. It's our space that we need to be speaking about and protecting. It's our land. It's the livelihoods of all the wildlife that is there, and something that I think really needs to be shouted out about. So with the update I wanted to bring you was that I have since contacted Forestry Commission, Natural England, the RSPB. There has been a local crime reported by one or two of you, so thank you very much for that. Under the Wildlife and Countryside Act of 1981, you have reported it as a crime, disturbing nesting birds. So thank you for that. And obviously so many of you have been getting in touch to say, how can you get involved? How can you help? Which it means so much to me, from all around the world. People have been commenting, absolutely brilliant to see. So thank you so much again for the support. But the ways you can get in touch, check out at the end of this video. I will put in a screenshot of the email that I forward to all the relevant bodies, and I'll put a full list of who I've sent it to. As I say, the main ones being Natural England, the Forestry Commission, Forestry England, the RSPB, a local authority. I've even contacted people like Caroline Lucas, who is obviously a good voice for the environment and rural affairs on Twitter especially, but in general. And also I've contacted the local Green Party as well, local to Bourne. So fingers crossed, and there's been some really nice responses from some of the people I've contacted. So check out the full list at the end of this video. I'll put a couple of screenshots in of the email and a list of the people that I have contacted. So if you want to get in touch and just amplify that voice for nature and your concerns for what you've witnessed in the video that I've produced, then please feel free to do so. Obviously, if you're not sure, drop some comments below, and obviously we'll do our best to answer those and make sure we can give nature more of a voice. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned to the channel. I promise to bring you some more uplifting content very soon. Lots more to come. I will be uploading in the next couple of days a video on how and when to prune your herbaceous perennials, all other ways in which you can help wildlife, and another video I've got coming on ponds as well. So stay tuned. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and follow my journey through, well, the woodland affairs and obviously all the habitat creation stuff that I do. And thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Cheers.